second page, I'm sorry. Everything starts with ignorance. That we are, we don't really know the reality. We don't really understand the reality. What we actually know is our imaginations, like some input we got from something. This ignorance here is like more kind of like eternal ignorance, but kind of. It's not that there's something exists what is called ignorance and it's somewhere there like divine being. It's something what is interesting to human being. Not only human being but sentient being, because in Buddhism we're talking about the sentient beings, not about human as a main point of all the sentient beings. That is an interesting characteristic of all experiencing or feeling beings, sentient beings, that we are ignorant. There's something we still lack of proper and full knowledge. There's another interpretation which talks more about the greed and more about the craving, but these probably are two different traditions which are like mingled together later. There is a question: is everything starts with craving or everything starts from ignorance? But it's not that important. Important is that there is certain reason, or there is one concrete situation which poses our problem of existence, right? Which is ignorance. Then, if there is ignorance, we start to have mental, translated here as mental formations, some kind of views, ideas. They are not that concrete at the moment on this level. The mental ideas forms consciousness. Consciousness creates the name and form. So, for example, we start to name things, and as long as we name things, we differentiate them. For example, if I call this a cup, I call that a bottle, and this is the difference. And then we start to judge what is better, what is useful, and then we just get into that mess. Since we have this, there is like sense gauge. Sense gauge is just our six senses, right? We have it. And then six senses can get into contact with the outside world. There is a contact, there is a craving, which sometimes is translated as love, because in Chinese it's called hai. So it's very, like in English probably people try to avoid the translation as a love, because love is something, you think that love is something good, right? But love is also an attachment. So here, more proper word is craving. Craving, we're just getting, attached to something, clinging. We are becoming enticed, right? We're just getting bored. When we get bored, we have to die. So the problem, the source of the death is just the birth. So if we don't want to die, we can get bored. So what the Buddha thought was just to break that chain. And how can we break it? We have to start from the very beginning. We have to eradicate the ignorance. And because, for example, if people are Christians or Muslims or something, you want to live. Our problem comes from that we want to live, right? We want to preserve our existence. That's why we are getting in such a miserable situation, because we want something more and more and we gain. But as you mentioned, like Hinduism or the Brahminism, there's the idea of reincarnation, and this is a good thing for them. We want to get another breath of life. But in Buddhism, Buddha accepted the idea of reincarnation, but reincarnation is nothing good. It's not what we are striving for. We don't want to get born again, because if we were born, we will die. If we were born, we'll feel pain. If we were born, we'll have to go through the same process over and over again. And actually what we want as shit is nirvana. Nirvana is just to stop the process of reincarnation. And then, of course, there are other problems arise, but I'm not going to deal with them right now. The problem is that the problem of our life is our life, actually. We don't have to look for any... I know, it's like very, nothing special, right? But as long as we are in that circle, we'll always experience the same. We'll never be satisfied. So you have to exceed that, you have to broke the chain. Then, of course, many very negative interpretations came up. They're saying, okay, we shouldn't live, so let's kill ourselves, right? But this is not the point, because if you kill yourself, you'll be born again, because you didn't break the chain, because there is still some, your consciousness is still present to a certain extent, and it causes another being, so you will never stop. So what Buddha was looking for originally was immortality. And then when he got to the point of Four Noble Truths, he realized that everything is conditional, and if we want to just get released from that, from the bondage of the circle of reincarnations, we actually have to reverse the process. And if everything is caused by ignorance, we have to start from eradicating the ignorance. And if you eradicate the ignorance, there's the mental formations, right? We start actually mental formation here would be like we can control our minds. It's not like the mind controls us, right? Or I know this is kind of like tricky, because then we start like what are we, what is the man, what is the mind? But the point is that we can broke that entire chain. We start to have all these thoughts who are always controlling us, and then since we can reverse the process, which brings us to this circle of an internal reincarnations and living the painful life, we can actually get released from it. We can attain something. I don't want to say what, but we can attain the freedom, the release from the chain of constant reincarnation. That's
okay. Well, questions.
Well,